Hey guys, this is Coach Derek, co-host of the Soapboxing Podcast. Man, ever since I found this Anchor app, I tell you, podcasting has become a lot simpler and a lot easier to do. They distribute the podcast over several platforms, and you have to do no work. I tell you, man, if you're interested in doing podcasting, you need to download the Anchor app. That's ANCHOR.FM. You can get started today with the Anchor app and do whatever your heart desires.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment is here. The main event of the evening. I'm Jeremiah Gallegos, your world-class ring announcer, to introduce Soapboxing Podcast. And now, to introduce your host, Derek, a.k.a. Coach. And across the ring, introducing Matty Fresh. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's golden time. Time to tune in.
Hey guys, this is Coach Derek. I want to give a shout out to our new sponsor, Pueblo Boxing. Y'all be sure to check out Pueblo Boxing. They have unique and high quality boxing gear and novelty gifts. You can find the gear at soloboxing.com. That's SOLO boxing.com. Check it out, man. They do quality work.
Oh, look at this hardware, man. S-E-A-A-D-O. Got the Latin American camera.
They got some trainers say, and some fighters say, well, I don't watch videos of the guy fighting. I let the coach watch it. This, hey, man.
Guys, one thing we know for sure about Wilder, he hit you clean. Right. And this woman whooped the whole world twice. The whole world.
Yeah. we big time now. Look at that intro.
Man, we got the intro to the show.
Good morning, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Houston. It's another episode of Soapboxing Podcast. It's your boy Manny Fresh, along with we got today Big Chief Paleface, aka Coach Collinsworth, and then we got a guest this morning, Marquis Marvelous Taylor. Before we jump into the interview, man, we got a couple updates. We had a couple fights last night, huh? Now, what did it look like? It was in Mexico or somewhere on the beach?
Yeah, it looked like he was in Mexico on the beach. They were sweeping out the ring after everybody's fights, man.
Shit, I was jealous, but our very own Juan Torres, pulled out a victory last night, and congratulations to him, Oscar, great job. And then also Danielle Perkins, huh?
Yeah, man, she got that debut out the way, man.
Now, where did she fight? Was it Detroit that she fought? Was it in Michigan?
Yeah, I think so.
It might have been in Michigan. Well, big congratulations to Danielle Perkins last night on your debut pro win. We were rooting for you. Great job. Bravo. And then what else we got going on in the boxing world? The Zone and Golden Boy postponed their card, huh?
Yeah. The 28th show, yeah.
Yeah, that was supposed to be next week. Apparently, there was a coronavirus test that came out positive, So it is what it is. These fighters know it's the boxing world, shit like this.
That was Marlene's comeback fight too, man.
Yeah. She
Hate to see that happen.
She's a friend of the show, and so unfortunately, she won't be on the card. I mean, she won't be fighting the 28th. Hopefully, they reschedule soon. We'll get the updates, and we'll let y'all know. But let's get to the main event. Marquis, Houston's very own, huh? You out from A-Leaf, ain't you? Oh no, where you from?
I'm from Houston. Yeah,
you from Houston? What part of Houston you from?
Third Ward.
You're not from A-Leaf. My bad. I don't know why you thought that. You're from Third Ward?
Yeah.
My man. Well, coach.
Marquis, you I had a little sabbatical for a while, man, but I know you competed here as an amateur, man. 'Cause I see you on some of the old flyers and shit. I just didn't know you personally, man. When did you start boxing, bro?
When I was 7.
Yeah, for the long haul. What gym you went to?
Shoot, my very first gym was at PABA in Third Ward, and then right after that, I went to Savannah Boxing Gym. R.I.P. Mr. Savannah. I went to Savannah Boxing Club, and that's when I started kicking off like my amateur career. When I really started fighting. I had one fight when I was at PABA, and when I went to Savannah, we started fighting every weekend.
Savannah, man, again, rest in peace, Mr. Savannah. It has such a tie to Houston, man, and it's almost impossible. I'm damn near impossible to talk about boxing especially the amateur level, without talking about Savannah Boxing Gym. I mean, there's some kind of degree to it. How was it when you walked into that gym and from the gym that you started off and then walking into that gym, you had your first fight, you came over to Savannah. Was Coach Willie your coach, or how'd that work out?
Well, like Willie was just like
everywhere.
He wasn't necessarily like he was a coach, but he was just like the overseer of everything. Like Savannah was just so structured. Like man, so a section in the gym for like beginners. He had about 4 or 5 coaches in there, so he had like hundreds of kids, but he broke everything into sections, you know what I'm saying? He had least experienced kids and then he had experienced kids, he had open kids, he had kids that was just only fighting in tournaments. Like it was really structured. So it's like you wanna fight your way out the beginning group so you can be with you fight your way up in the gym, and then then you want to be a national champion, you want to have your name on the van, and so
he started at Reverend Ray Martin's gym way back in Houston too, bro. You started in a gym that been in the city forever.
Mm-hmm.
You just didn't. You only did one amateur fight.
I went there. So I started boxing when I was 7. You couldn't compete till you was 8. So I was training there for like 6-7 months before I turned 8. Then I got my first fight, and we stayed there a couple of months after that. And then we got invited to Savannah Gym because my older brother boxed too for some sparring. And we started going over there, and it was just, more work for us over there, closer to the house. It just made sense. So we made, we made up our mind to just start going to Savannah, and they were traveling more. Like Savannah, we'd go to Corpus Christi, we'd go to San Antonio, like on a weekend just to fight, So we started really getting into boxing by, traveling and just going to fight.
Now, who was the head amateur trainer over you at that time, or who was over you?
It'd always be Miss Savannah. She was probably especially for my age group, she was training all the kids, you know what I'm saying? So all the 8, 9-year-olds, that's who our coach was, Miss Savannah.
Okay, I remember when I first got here, they had a fellow named Cedric, who had a bunch of the amateurs.
I was about to say Big Sad. He would be next Big Sad. And then my dad was always there too. training me. So between those three, Big Sid, Mr. Van, and my dad.
Now your dad had some background in boxing as well, right?
Just amateur background. Just amateur background.
I mean, sometimes that's more than enough, you know, because he understands what it's like to be in the ring and getting hit and getting punched, and so versus a parent that, you know, freaks out when their 7-year-olds in the ring or 8-year-olds in the ring getting punched in the head or something. So it's good to have a parent that at least has been in the ring, you know, to understand what it's all about, what the training takes, what it's like to be in the ring getting punched, and to give you that support, you know, because I see sometimes a lot of parents will get, you know, are there watching their daughter or their son sparring for the first time or at a young age, and they're all freaking out saying, I don't want my kid to get hit in the head or whatnot. But so your dad's always been a big part of it, huh?
Yeah.
How many amateur fights did you have total, roughly?
Like 150, 253, something like that.
Did you, what's the highest level? Did you beat nationals or what all you did, bro?
So I won a national like silver gloves when I was young. Every time like I compete in the golden gloves, I competed against Travell, RIP, rest in peace, Travell Mason. I competed against him in the finals at the state, came up short, and I competed against what's the name? George Rincon too. He was like 5-time state champion in the state. Competed against him, came up short. So I never really went far in the men's division. And then I took some time off. And then when I came back after I had fought the last year in the state golden gloves, and then I fought again here against Travell. And after that fight, me and my dad was just like, you know, we don't want to be amateur no more. So we kind of just like said, forget all of it. We turned pro early. And I was like 18.
Damn, man, amateurs. You how old are you now?
26.
So you've been. When did you turn pro? What year?
2015. No, 2014
or 15?
2014, I think, at the end of 2014.
Who did you end up turning pro with? I mean, trainer.
My trainer, my pops was my trainer when I first turned pro.
Oh, okay. In-house.
And Berto Blanco.
Okay. Last I seen you was with Coop from OA Athletic.
Mm-hmm.
The last show we competed,
Mm-hmm.
we were both on the same show over there. What's the goddamn?
At the theater, Lions Only promotion card.
Yeah. Is that where you're at still, or what you doing?
Yeah, that's the one I'm at.
Plus, I be seeing you over there at OA Athletic, training people, huh?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I do a lot. I train people. That's where that's my place of business right there, OA Athletic. You know, I train people. I help with memberships. Obviously, like you said, I'm a personal trainer there. I do boxing classes there. So.
That's a nice facility.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the best in Houston, man.
Mm-hmm.
If not the best.
Nice facility. That's a real big, nice big facility.
Yeah. Got everything you need, you know.
I know this Corona done thrown us all off, man. But tell me about getting the NABF title and all that stuff, man. Was that about to be when you won that?
What'd you say?
You won the NABF title at Welter.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Tell me about that, man. Who did you fight? Where? When?
Okay, so what set that fight up was me fighting Kermit Cintron earlier that year, right? So that fight kind of just set me up for that.
You fought Kermit Cintron?
Yeah.
Now, how many fights you got?